Broadcasting from somewhere in the Hollywood Hills.
You have arrived. We are Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast.
Dance Cast.
We are dance all day, every day, all the time.
What happens when you shake a worm can in the dance world? It explodes. We would have never guessed that last week's episode would garner so much attention that we would need to revisit it so quickly. But here we are. Michelle Garcia is back to talk about the past week that she's gone through. Also joining us first will be from StarQuest Dance Competition, associate producer and lead studio concierge, Michael Ian Cedar, here to discuss his company,
right?
But also the Dance Moms visit whenever they came to competition earlier this season.
Right, because they used StarQuest as a platform, correct, for one of their shows. So, yes. And he has some opinions, and he contacted us, the show, right?
Yeah.
It's because he heard the interview with Michelle and knew everything that was going on. And he wanted to come on and talk about his opinions and some things that maybe can be positive.
Maybe, and
I don't think so. Know. We're not quite sure.
I don't think so. So
that's funny. And in fact, I think the iHollywood one just went up last week,
or
is going this week, or something like that. Well, this thing is getting wild.
I mean, literally, it's ridiculous. There's like 2 episodes left or something, but I mean, it's craziness.
It is, and they are. I was out traveling around, and the buzz is they're doing another season, so everybody get ready. I don't think the boycott has worked yet.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they are, because they're auditioning studios, and I'm sure, with everybody thinking, what I think is so funny, as we talked about last week, everybody's, it's so terrible, but now everybody's fighting to get their studio on it. Right. So, that's what you and I discussed. It is the business, and of course, if they approach you, are you going to say no?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
well, Regold,
it's a platform.
I know Regold. I read his blog, and he said no. He said you should say no. But hey, man.
But it's easy in this ideologue kind of thing to say I'd say no, and surely Ree has amazing morals and probably doesn't need it. But I think people would say one thing, but if they were really offered it, I think most people would do it.
I think so, too.
I do. That's my thought.
I don't know. Look, this is reality television. It's here to stay. We have to deal with it. If you don't like it, just change the channel.
I'm 100%.
Nevertheless, we are broadcast journalists, and we're going to cover it.
That's right.
That's what's up.
That is so true.
So, what have you been up to?
Well, I did just come back from Tulsa, which is very close to where you went to school.
I love Oklahoma. I have a story about that soon.
And I was hoping you were going to be there.
Yeah. Well, I was supposed to.
Yes.
My boys, Lambda Chi's,
yes.
The Lambda Chi Alpha fraternity in Oklahoma City University, Theta Delta Zeta, baby.
Work it.
They got 28, 29 guys for Rush. I was supposed to be there. I was going to speak on Thursday, and I couldn't be there, and it literally broke my heart.
I'm sure. I know how much you love to do that stuff, and you're so involved, and it's great because you guys do so much for the community, not just for the partying scene.
Well, exactly. And those guys are my family, and I've been out of school for over 10 years, and I'm still close with some of those guys.
Absolutely. I'm probably lifelong, as you know. They're like brothers to you.
They are brothers to me. They absolutely are brothers. And I couldn't do it because I had to do Glee.
Right. Which is a great thing, but...
It was bittersweet. I have to work,
sure.
But at the same time, I was stuck on stage doing knee tours for 8 hours. And
my gosh.
I love Zach and Brooke, but I was like dying the next day. I had to get on an airplane. I could not move.
Oh, Nick.
Knee tours.
Oh, Nick. Well, you don't have bruises.
Well, I was wearing knee pads.
Good for you.
But I think Zach and Brooke kind of thought it was funny that I couldn't get my BU double T up off the ground. Have you ever tried to do a knee tour?
I wouldn't try.
No,
I mean, maybe when I was younger I would, but I wouldn't try now. I wouldn't even
really
try.
Hard. But nevertheless, the episode is called Asian F.
Work.
Yeah, and Harry Shrum is the focal point of the dance number that we're doing. And I cannot reveal much of what's going on because I don't want to get in trouble. Mm-hmm. But it's
because you want to be asked back.
Because I want to be asked back.
To do more crazy stunts.
Yeah, so I wanted to be there at the fraternity and see those guys.
Well, it was beautiful weather. I mean, this is a great time of year in that part of the country. I mean, it's that fall feeling, but it's still warm. Did you have some good
students?
I did. It was a very small group. Ashley Silva and I go in and train 4 dancers, and we do kind of a dance marathon. Yeah. 4 dancers, and we work at least 5 hours a day, just with 4 dancers. So we do a 2-hour conditioning warm-up stretch.
Wow, that's a long time.
And then we do an hour of progression. I mean, you're talking about with 4 people, you are getting some serious work.
I mean, you are getting attention paid to you.
Yeah. And it's great for Ashley and I as well because we're working out and we're really fine-tuning these dancers, obviously.
Right.
I mean, you're taking the time to really fine-tune. And I love that stuff, obviously. So
and I love Tulsa.
I do love Tulsa.
Tulsa's great.
It is. Just spell it backwards. Anyway, while he's spelling it backwards, don't say it on the show.
I can't. Oh, that's not right, Desiree. Desiree.
I know.
Oh my gosh. So anyways, Dance World, slow right now.
It is, isn't it?
A little bit.
But it's going to pick up.
Whatever. I mean, here's the thing.
Because all the concerts came back, so there's not a lot of live shows right now because that's what summer is.
Right. And I do have a couple of friends that are doing shows out here in Los Angeles. I'm trying to get them on the show, but I'm having trouble getting in touch with them. Oh. Because people want to all be on the show, but they just want to do it at their own time.
This is an issue, yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to be on the show, email us, info@infinitedancecast.com.
That's right.
Our producer, Emily Brown, will get in touch with you.
Right.
And especially if you want to advertise as well.
Yes.
And by the way, we're on iTunes.
I know.
And drop us a review, please.
Please drop a review.
We're begging you.
Yeah, I am on my knees.
It's fine.
If they could only see.
I'm getting ready to do a knee tour. Okay, that sound means it's time for music picks, baby. Whoa! I was wondering, I hear voices in my head.
Oh, it was those knee tours. I guess we're starting with me.
I guess so. We always do.
My first pick of this week, I think I went a little bit of routines that I thought would be kind of cute. So this week's music picks really deal with shorter songs than usually I give.
New.
This first one thought would be really cute for younger kids. Abracadabra. But this is not. This is the Sugar Ray version.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. It's a rock version of Abracadabra.
Okay.
So it's updated, and I had a few ideas on how you can make that work. But man, with little kids, I thought that'd be really cute. So the second one, it was because of the holiday, Labor Day. America by Prince.
I love America.
That is a great tune, and I remember right after 9/11. In fact, it's so interesting that. For that year in our show, I made that the opening number. It is a great, great tune, and it's Prince. I mean, how can you not like that?
And I love America.
And we love America. So it was a lot of fun. And my third and final music pick for this week is Big Noise from Winnetka.
Oh, I love that.
Love that song, right?
Yeah.
It's so good.
And you can use that for tap. You can use that for jazz.
It works, in many different levels.
Who sings that one?
That's Bette Midler. Well, I like the Bette Midler version. I don't think anybody else does it. It wasn't.
Well, there's a big band version.
And then she did it on the album is called Divine Madness, which is a great album. There's a lot of work on that one that you can get. And Bette, of course, is great for dance. So Bette Midler.
And she's great at bar mitzvahs.
Is she?
Absolutely. All right. Music picks for me. Number 1, the song called Flower by Moby. You'll remember it from the Gone in 60 Seconds soundtrack. Bring Sally up, bring Sally down. Something, 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 pound for pound.
I feel like I'm growing right now.
Number 2, bringing it back to the old school, which we all know the old school is the 50s.
Okay.
By Del Vikings, Oh What a Night.
I love.
They're great. And the Del Vikings are awesome. They have all kinds of great doo-wop songs and, really takes you back to what could have been your childhood if, in fact, you were in the 50s.
I love it.
Or if you just want to act like you were in the 50s.
If you want to pretend.
Number 3 for me is a sad song.
Okay.
But happy song. It's like a love-struck song by David Gray, This Year's Love.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Of course. It's a beautiful song.
This Year's Love, it better last. It's like such a soulful message. I mean, it makes you want to cry.
It's a great tune. And isn't that what Tyler and Molly did as a duet?
I think so. They did.
I mean, it's very emotional. It's a great, great song.
I also performed it as my solo piece when I was a sophomore in college.
Are you kidding?
1 minute. I had 1 minute to wow people.
Where can we see that?
You can't. That was before they had video cameras.
Hey, and don't forget you can check out our music picks on our website, infinitedancecast.com. Get it all there.
And we'll be right back with our special guest this week.
Dance Mouth.
Get ready to buckle up. Artist Simply Human, the workshop experience, a new dance convention featuring an out-of-this-world faculty that will be sure to inspire you, motivate you, and renew your passion for dance. Catch their upcoming tour heading to Kansas City, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Atlanta, New Jersey, Houston, Anaheim. Join them in the summer of 2012 for a one-of-a-kind event in the City of Lights, Las Vegas. For information and to register, visit ashdance.com or call 855-ASH-DANCE. Artist Simply Human, the workshop experience.
Hey, and welcome back. We are Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast.
Dance Cast.
We are dance all day, every day, all the time.
The First Amendment is in full effect as we once again tackle the hottest of hot-button topics currently sweeping the dance industry. Edward, Jacob, how about Michelle or Abby? Pick a side, buy your shirt. Colonel Travis has drawn the line in the sand, and it's time to fight or flee. On the phone right now, Michael Ian Cedar. He is from StarQuest International. He is the associate producer and lead studio concierge of that wonderful institution. We call it an institution. I know. Michael, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I love your energy, guys.
Oh,
man, well, we only have on guests that have great energy as well, so.
Right. We pick them very.
I hope I provide accordingly.
Oh, you will.
Absolutely.
We're pretty confident about it.
So, Michael, real quick, give us a little bit of background, what you do, the company you work for, and kind of your day-to-day jobs and how you're involved with the dance world.
Well, StarQuest International is a performing arts competition that was actually on episode 2 of the Dance Moms episode. My function particularly is I watch all the branding of the company, which, as you can imagine, Dance Moms has a very heavy effect on that.
Sure.
But all the branding, all the studio relations, that all falls under my jurisdiction. Staffing on the road. So the overall branding and impression that the company and our competition presents is what falls under my jurisdiction. StarQuest has been around for 18 years now.
Wow.
As you guys know, there's about 200 competition conventions in the United States.
Yes.
From what I'm understanding, there's never been an official poll, but from what I'm gathering, we're probably one of the top 5, if not even a little higher out there.
Well, I would agree with that.
Well, definitely StarQuest is a name that has been around since I've been dancing. Yeah. And, I mean, I'm only 18.
Well, right.
I wish. But you can check them out, starquestdance.com or on facebook.com/S_Q and then the word dance. So that's facebook.com/S_Q dance if you want to check them out while you're listening to this interview.
Absolutely.
So, Michael, how long have you been with the company?
I've personally been with the company for 8 years, though I feel like I've been involved with the dance community much longer because I used to represent Broadway shows on the bus and truck market, working with dancers a lot.
Wow.
Wow. Now, how'd you get into that?
Into the Broadway bus and truck tours, or with StarQuest?
Oh, into the Broadway bus and truck tours.
I used to run believe it or not, weird stories. I used to be a bar mitzvah DJ for 13 years in New Jersey. Okay. I loved entertainment, and I loved managing crazy entertainment, so I thought, why not go to do that world. So I started as an apprentice and grew to be a company manager.
That's
awesome.
Great.
And then as fate would have it, you end up at StarQuest Dance and again, StarQuestDance.com. Tell us about the cities that you guys go to, how the competition works. How does it differ from every other competition on the circuit?
My gosh, I hope the podcast's long enough for that. But in a nutshell, we go to roughly 40 to 50 cities regionally a year. We host 24,000 dancers, all under the age of 18. Again, very much like what you would see on a Dance Moms. And what makes us different is a lot of our staffing. There's a secret sauce inside the way we schedule. It's a culture thing. That's the biggest thing. Anyone who comes to StarQuest pretty much always returns because it's a very family environment, both family friendly as well as when you come, we know your name. It's
Correct.
Cheers, like Cheers. It's like, Cheers, where everyone knows
your name.
Absolutely. So go ahead and tell us about what your involvement is with the Dance Moms. How was your experience, and is what happened on television really what happened?
Well, what my involvement is with Dance Moms is I don't have an involvement. It's such a hit or miss with is it a positive thing or a negative thing for our industry? Because I talk to probably 20 to 30 studio directors a day in happens because, like I said, I'm responsible for the larger relationships at StarQuest, and that's who I'm on the phone with most of the time. But what happened, I don't even remember what the date was. Several months ago, I received a call, believe it or not, from a studio director who was involved with a reality show that was coming up. And that reality show was called Just Dance. Okay? And it was on the Lifetime Network. Now, as one of the largest competitions that are out there, I get approached by probably 5 reality shows or television shows a year, including like Made from MTV, which we were working with them for a little bit. That one particular one never aired. But, you know, and then people like, oh, we want to do a reality show on, you know, this dance competition world because So You Think You Can Dance is so big and Dancing with the Stars is so big. So most of the time I reject it. I do have another horror story, you know, if we can get to that, about reality TV and StarQuest, but because we've been burned before. But when I found out it was called Just Dance and it was following the Abby Lee Miller studio, which they haven't been to us as a studio until this episode for a few years. I know of their reputation. They're, you know, very well known for their technique and their talent and their dancers that are working. And then I knew it was Lifetime Network. So I was told the original mission of the show was to highlight the dancers and what it's like to be a dancer. And compounded that by the fact that it was a studio director that was involved, and compounded that by the fact that it was on Lifetime Network, I went, this is a no-brainer. Of course we'll take care of you guys. And this was before it aired, obviously. Anything ever aired. Right, because
that's a family network, you're thinking.
Exactly. So I'm like, this, you know, I'm going to take the risk. And of course there is an agreement that says that they could use the footage for whatever they want, any affiliates. And I went, you know what? That's the risk I'm going to take. You know? And they came to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, the film crew. Now, I was not there to watch over it, but I did set some ground rules. I said, you know, I'm really excited to have you there, but the one thing is you can't interfere with the run of show. You can't interfere with any of the other dancers other than your own. You know, the only exception that I told them I would give them is they could bring a camera crew into the theater, and they could rent a dressing room through the convention center on their own, only because I knew they'd probably have film crews in there, and that's not accepted at our event. And, of course, they agreed. You know, and I also told them they had to pay to be there, and they didn't like that very much. But I said, you know what, if you guys win, or even if you don't win, I have to treat all my guests fairly, and you guys are guests. These are the only 2 exceptions that I'm going to make.
We're here with Michael Ian Cedar. Michael, we got to take a quick break. We're going to bring this back and pick up where you left off, Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast. As dance teachers, we spend countless hours editing music. Save time with professional audio engineers. Professional music edits for competitions start as low as $49. Clean cuts at affordable rates. Give your dancers a leg up on the competition. Email them for a quote. Visit dezworld.com. That's DEZ world.com for more details.
Hey, this is Jason Meyer, and I'm always listening to Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast on iTunes. Are you?
Dance Cast.
Welcome back. We are Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast.
Dance Cast.
Make sure you follow us on Twitter at iDanceCast, or check out our Facebook page.
That's right.
Yeah.
Infinite Dance Cast.
That's right.
And all of our episodes are available on iTunes. On the phone right now, we have Michael Ian Cedar, from StarQuest, and he's telling us a little bit about his experience with Dance Moms. We are also going to be patching in Michelle Garcia, who is our
last week's guest
last week.
Absolutely. Boycotting Dance Moms.
Yep, to discuss.
So we're going to get a nice little conversation going.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Michael, go ahead and continue where you left off. They were paying for their own dressing room.
Right. So we allowed the Abby Lee Miller studio, which actually wasn't even them. It was actually a production company that was taking care of all the arrangements. I don't believe that Abby Lee Miller, Abby's school never even contacted us directly. But they came on site, again, as Just Dance, here to film about these girls' journeys. And they were obtrusive as a camera crew, which I know upset some of our guests, and I had to call them personally, even though because I wasn't on site, and say, I need to remove you from the building if you don't stand back. And they became a little less obtrusive, but they still got in the way of the run of show, which, as I said, were very family cheers oriented, and that's just not acceptable to us.
Right,
but
right.
It ended all as well. They won specific awards, not the awards that they showed on TV, which was ironic.
Huh.
But it wasn't until the week before that I knew it was called Dance Moms.
Oh, that is interesting.
Now, has there been negative backlash to your company because of this, or has it been positive, or has there been no change?
I I'd say there's a very large mix, and luckily the negative side we were able to address immediately, such as when Michelle contacted us. I was able to tell her, a lot of facts. I'd say the name Dance Moms comes up maybe 15 times a day in between all of our staff, from like a lot of our guests calling us up and asking or commenting on it. There were initially when it aired, we received a slew of emails that night, as a matter of fact, from studios that have been to us and have not been to us that said, "Way to go for upholding your standards," because it was an episode about appropriateness. Now, I didn't know that on the time.
Right.
But I was like, okay, hey, rock on. This is great.
Good.
And then we started receiving emails like there's dancearts.com, which is a very specific site geared to studio directors, where there were people that were looking, like Michelle, to boycott any competition that was affiliated because of the egregious misrepresentation of the dance competition industry. And when I stated the facts to the studios that were most upset, who luckily reached out to us, they went, "Oh, well, that's certainly, you don't represent them." I said, "No, they're not welcome on site with us." I said, "If I knew it was Dance Moms the first time, I don't care how much press I would have got out of it. My guests are first priority."
Absolutely.
Now, give us an example just for the listeners at home. What exactly, one or two examples of the camera crew being obtrusive in the whole process?
Or how you pulled those
anyone
studios
who's been to dance competitions would know that running through the audience during numbers is obtrusive. Backstage with their bright lights was obtrusive. Trying to film the judges was. But, we had a very good staff on site that week. Melissa and Stuart were there, and they prevented any major damage from happening. But, you just can't interfere with the run of show. Or, number one, to the guest perception, it looks manipulated. And number two, there's guests that are paying. There should be no interruption to them. So I was disappointed to hear that was part of the, experience when they were there.
Right. Well, production will always try to push the envelope and get more.
And they did it on every level.
And, because I was at iHollywood when Dance Moms came to iHollywood Dance, and it was the same thing. We had to put a lot in the contract to make sure, and had to find them off when they were affecting other guests.
Yeah.
So.
They were, Steve Wapple is the president and founder of StarQuest, and at the time he was the president of the Federation of Dance Competitions, the FDC, which was producing the World Dance Championship Series in Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
Right.
And they wanted to go to, the film crew wanted to take the dancers to the WDCS, but he said no. And it was more about the fact that it's not about the experience. This isn't what the culture is.
Yeah.
Of a dance competition. So why would we allow that inside the building?
Sure.
We're here talking to Michael Ian Cedar, and check him out, StarQuestDance.com. You can check him out, Facebook.com/S_Q dance. And definitely the line has been drawn in the dance world, people fighting to keep what they stand for intact. And I think you all did one heck of a job doing that, especially when it comes to running a business. You want to make sure your patrons and your customers and the people that are involved are protected and uphold the ethics and the morals that you all stand for.
Right, don't sell out.
Exactly. And this is a great time to bring in our other guest.
That's right.
Michelle Garcia. Go ahead, and Emily Brown patching her through. Michelle, are you there?
I'm here. How are you guys?
We're great. How are you doing?
I'm good, and thank you again for giving me a voice about my platform.
No problem.
Of course. So, Michelle, tell us what's been going on this past week and how you and Michael came to begin having a dialogue together.
It started about 2.5 weeks ago, I think, maybe less, but I started sending emails to several dance conventions and dance competitions, basically introducing my cause and saying, I want them off the air. The best way to get them off the air is to make sure they have no place to go film, because if they can't film a convention, then they don't have the backdrop for all the mom drama that they throw on the show. I got an email from Showstoppers saying that no, they are not going to allow them to film there. I got a really powerful email from Daryl Fink, which I actually have, who is the owner of Hall of Fame Dance Challenge, and I have pieces of his email on there. But what I got from Michael was the most compelling piece of information, which it's like a gold mine for my cause, because I want the show off the air. I knew it was fake the entire time, just because that just doesn't happen. What they show on TV is so wrong. And Michael's email and what happened with their experience just highlighted the fact that the show is all a complete act and it's not reality.
Right. So this is the big jaw-dropping information we're about to give to all the listeners. And Michelle and Michael, go ahead. You guys can both talk and explain what happened and what's real and maybe not real about the show specifically.
The biggest part, which Michael told me about, was the creative editing that they used for the competition results. And my mouth was on the floor, and actually, I'm going to give a little segue on this.
Sure.
I shared this with Nick via email. My daughter, even though she knows the show is completely fake, she's like, Mommy, would you please stop giving him off the air because I know it's fake, but it's funny, and I like watching stupid TV. And I said, no, Becky, because it's wrong, and it's insulting the entire dance industry, and it's just, I can't have that because I just love dance too much, even though I'm not the dancer.
Right.
I showed her Michael's email, and she's like, Mommy, they lied. And the thing which really got her, which actually, Michael, do you want to tell the story about the result manipulation?
Right, well, yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Michael, what did they actually place and what did they say they won?
This information, it would have been hard to find if you were just, sending some emails out. It's all found on our website. But what's really fun, that I found really funny, and I laughed at the show when I actually saw it happen, was, I don't remember the exact episode, but in episode 2, it was Maddie and Chloe, and they were telling Chloe to work as hard as Maddie in order to win. And in the episode 4, Chloe lost to Maddie. But if you actually go onto our website and look at the results page, Maddie won first place in the petite division, and Chloe won first place in the junior division. They were never competing against one another.
Well, what about the overalls? Did one place higher than the others? That could be what they were spinning?
Because it was solos, there was that they were over. That's what I'm saying. One won first place in each one won first place in their respective division. And furthermore, I believe when they actually showed the footage of Maddie winning, it was actually when she won the title, not the regular top score performance.
Got it. I see what you mean. Definitely.
And another thing that they showed was, they had a group number that lost to inappropriateness, which we have a very strong stance of inappropriate dance because that's been a very hot topic in the industry, and StarQuest takes that very seriously.
Sure.
That it's one of the 4 elements the judges have to judge on. And in the show, they say that they got eliminated for inappropriateness, but the technique was really good. If you actually look at the score sheet, our judges can't deduct points for inappropriateness, but they can disqualify for inappropriateness. They actually, the performance actually received 13th place, which is not even a placement. I just know that you can't find online.
Right.
So it was just a poor number because it looks like, from what I saw, it looked like it was thrown together for entertainment purposes of the show itself.
Right. Makes sense.
We're running extremely short on time. Michael, a final thought from you, and Michelle, a final thought from you. What's coming up next for both of you?
Well, I'm going to continue on my path to try and get the show off the air. I'm sending emails out to ABC, NBC, all their news stations because they focused on they focused on them once before, but they didn't say that it's a complete fallacy. They didn't have the information I have with their doctoring results for ratings. So I want to make sure that gets out there because the show just has to go. It is an insult to our entire industry, and it's long-term. It could be long-term detrimental to our industry because it makes the dance industry look cynical, like it's full of crazed mothers and abusive teachers.
Okay, and Michael, we have 5 seconds left. Give us a quick last thought.
I hope this gives us all the ability to actually show what the real dance world is like and what dance moms really are like.
Thank you guys very much for joining us. We'll be right back. Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast. Flow 40 Dance Workshops is the nation's premier in-house dance experience. We come to you and offer dancers a personalized workshop in the comfort of their own studio. Build a customized schedule to best suit your student needs. Our faculty work in every facet of the entertainment industry. And now, for a limited time, Desiree Robbins is in the mix. Book her for your next workshop. We're available for booking year-round. Visit flow40dance.com or call 818-985-7005 for more information. Flow 40 Dance Workshops. Work hard, dance strong.
Easy to make and take with you on the go. Welcome to Food to Go with Steph and Ro.
I'm Steph.
And I'm Ro. And today we are talking nutrition.
Wait, we didn't ask Nick and Des if we could do that.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah?
This is our segment.
Huh, we're in charge.
Nutrition's important.
Okay, great. Let's talk about eating the rainbow.
I love eating the rainbow.
Oh my gosh, could it be easier? Every day, just eat the rainbow. What colors are we talking? Yellow, orange, red. I'm out of order.
Yeah, I was like, what kind of rainbow are you?
Okay, wait. Red, orange, yellow, blue, green, indigo, violet.
Doesn't green come before blue in the rainbow?
Oh my gosh, this is okay. Anyway,
so you're going to eat the rainbow. The point here is that you want to consume as many different colors of fruits and vegetables every day.
Absolutely.
Because different colors offer different nutritional benefits.
Like tomatoes and watermelon. Those would be your red, lycopene.
So good. Blueberries, guess what?
Packed with antioxidants.
Yeah, your blue color. Green, there's a lot of fiber in green.
Calcium,
a lot
iron.
Of calcium
in your dark
fiber.
leafy greens.
Yeah, a lot of good things. So the more variety that you have, if you're eating the rainbow every day, you have the benefit of different nutritional elements, but you also have the benefit of variety. You won't get bored eating healthy because you're eating so many different things.
And can we talk about how pretty your food's going to be and how good it's going to look and how much you're going to want to eat that, put that in your face?
The more appetizing to look at it is, the more appetizing you're going to want to eat it.
Way more appetizing than PB&J. What's that got, like 2 colors in it?
Boring.
Oh my God, I tell you.
So just to be clear, when we say eat the rainbow, you mean like, have green Jell-O, blue Powerade?
No, real colors, bro.
Grow from the ground?
Yes, grow from the ground.
Eat the rainbow, grown from the ground.
Oh my gosh, this is such a good episode.
Enjoy eating the rainbow this week.
Taste it. Visit InfiniteDanceCast.com and click on the Food to Go menu
to check out this week's healthy snack. Join us here every week
on Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dancecast.
Have a healthy week.
What's up? This is Kenny Wormald. I'm starring in the new Footloose. It comes out October 14th, and I'm chilling with Nick and Desiree at Infinite Dancecast.
And welcome back. We are Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dancecast.
Dancecast.
And we are going to continue this last interview that we're having with Michael and Michelle because there's just so much to cover in our short, limited time.
Yeah, we didn't have time. We were trying to fit it in, but you know what? If we need to take some more time to talk about this bad boy, then we will.
And we're going to because we want to get the other side, and Michael has a great insight on the positives. So, Michael, go ahead and talk to us about the positives that you see in this.
Yeah, even though there's severe misrepresentation, one of the comments that I'm getting every single day is the studio director's going, oh my God, my parents come in and they go, you're such an amazing teacher. You're so good. This is wonderful. You're not like that woman.
Totally.
And they say that in turn, they've actually got a lot of students in the studio because the parents, of course, are now talking about it to other parents who aren't involved with dance. And they say how good the dance world really is. And it brings more people into the studio. I hope that this is just a platform to bring attention that this industry and this world exists.
Right. No, I think that is great, and I do totally agree with you. I love that it's also building businesses and making people appreciate what they have.
Yeah, because you don't get that a lot.
No, absolutely. So that's really great. I think that's really great.
Yeah, that was one of my arguments, too, is that, toddlers and tiara is ridiculous, too.
Yeah.
And not everyone's like that. They just can't be.
Right.
Or,
Well, I don't know.
Well, not everyone.
But let's now let Michelle talk about that last, what you got from Michael, Michelle, that learning thing that you got from him, that piece of, great wisdom.
Michael and I exchanged several emails, and he said something in one of his messages that I thought is very powerful, that this show being as bad as it is, maybe it would be a platform for another show to come up that is a more true depiction that shows how amazing the dance world really is. It shows how loving the moms really are, and maybe we should challenge all the studios out there to film their own moms and send it to you guys, and then you guys can show what real dance moms are really like and what a real studio is really like and what the true teachers are, which is loving, affectionate, attentive, caring, and they're not bullies.
Yeah, and they do help raise, your children.
So
because they spend a lot of time with them. So, Nick, I think this is it.
Let's do this. So send your videos of
Make a little sizzle reel.
Of your kind, loving, respectful moms
and
dance teachers.
And how your day-to-day is.
And when you edit it together, make sure you pay attention to sound quality and editing, because that's what me and Desiree look for.
Well, also, you want to also keep it succinct and nice and tight. So 3 to 5 minutes of the best parts of your studio.
And I'm going to post this on the StarQuest fan club page, which we have thousands of viewers, and I want them to submit it to you as well.
I love that. I think it's a great idea. Great opportunity to really turn this into a positive.
Yeah, because chances are there is someone out there who could be the next Fred Astaire, or Ginger Rogers, or Gene Kelly, or Donald O'Connor, or whoever, that may be a young kid that may not get into dance because of this show. It scared their parents away. So this may be a good way to reverse whatever effects that may have.
I agree. I think that great minds. Look at us all meet together.
Hey, look at that. Oh man, I just want to like put my head on the microphone and do some more
Love
osmosis. That's great.
So Michael, between all of us, I guess they'll be ending up sending us Facebook posts if they have a video to send us, and then we can go from there. So we're challenging everyone out there to make a nice sizzle reel of your home studio and let us know the positives of what's going on.
Yeah, maybe we can even put it to a vote.
This is exciting.
That would be cool.
That would be awesome.
That would be so cool.
This is very exciting. Now, Michelle, you cannot enter the contest because you're a part of this. You understand that?
I will not enter the contest.
It might be hard. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'm going to film my mother.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, man. Okay, great. Awesome. And real quick, I just want to read a quick excerpt from a blog that, Michael, you have posted regarding Michelle. Okay, I recommended to her that she may want to spend her energies on letting the world know what the real image of the dance competition is like. What about the Facebook page called What the Real Dance Moms Are Like, or The Real Dance Moms of Orange County, or Everything with TV show Dance Moms Forgot to Show You.
I love it.
I love that.
That's a great one.
I love that.
That's a great one.
Thank you, guys. I'm glad that you guys read the. See, someone reads my blog.
Dude, we're
A lot more than you think.
Michael, we're broadcast journalists.
You know.
So you do your research.
Yes,
That's it.
and we want to thank you both for being on the show and spending time with us. You are welcome back anytime. Come talk to us anytime.
And we want to thank the listeners. That's you listening to this podcast right now. We also want to send a special thank you to our producers, Michael Boom Goes the Dynamite Benicos and Emily Ooh La La Brown for producing our show.
We will be back with you next week with a brand new episode of Infinite Dance Cast.
Baby. We'll see you next week.